Benvenuto, welcome again to Sardinia in a nutshell, or should I say Sardinian in a nutshell? Yes, because today we're going to talk about Sardinian, the language of my island, the language that should have been my mother tongue, but it's not. And you'll discover why, maybe. First of all, let's set things straight. Sardinian is not a dialect, it's a language. Some of you might think, why should we care? And you're right, you shouldn't. Because, in my opinion, what's important is what a language or a dialect brings to a culture, which is an awful lot. So I'm gonna do what UNESCO does and speak of them as languages instead of dialect. Even though Campidanese is a dialect, UNESCO says it's a language, and I will do the same. So now that I have taken these off my chest, we can start with the real part of the video. Sardinian. Sardinian is only spoken in Sardinia. It's the closest sounding language to Latin, although we also were influenced by Spanish, of course, and Arabian language by the Byzantine Empire. So really, Sardinian is a mishmash of languages stuck all together, Italian included. Unfortunately, UNESCO considers Sardinian as a definitely endangered language, which means that it's going towards the brink of extinction. Sardinian differs greatly in its dialects. We have three of them that are the most important ones. We have Campidanese, which is mainly spoken in the southern half of Sardinia. We have Logudorese, which is spoken in the west part of Sardinia, and Nuorese, which is spoken more in the east part of Sardinia. The north is where Sassarese is spoken, but I decided not to include it in Sardinian because its roots are more on coarse instead of Latin. But it's still a dialect of Sardinian. So multiple sources say that there are 1.5 million speakers of Sardinian in the world, which I think it's kind of an exaggeration, to say the least, because not every inhabitant of Sardinia can speak Sardinian. I am one of them. Unfortunately, I cannot speak Sardinian. I can understand it quite well, but I cannot speak it. And it's unfortunate. Also, I do not know anyone in my range age who can speak fluent Sardinian. I know people who can speak more Sardinian than me, but I don't think they could actually sustain a conversation, a whole conversation in Sardinian. So why is that? Why is Sardinian not my mother tongue? Why is Italian my mother tongue? The whole thing is to blame on the central and local government. In fact, there aren't any policies in place to teach Sardinian in primary schools, secondary schools, or nowhere really. The only law that the central government did was the law number 482/99, which kind of gave the whole responsibility of promoting and safeguarding a minority language to the local government, whilst the local government only implemented the law number 26/97, promotion and development of the culture and language of Sardinia, which is, funnily enough, a law that created a kind of Frankenstein Sardinian. In fact, thanks to this law, we have a mishmash of Sardinian that the law calls Lingua Sarda Comuna, which is kind of a standardized Sardinian that takes the grammar and syntactic rules from a bit of every little dialect. So a bit of north, a bit of west, south, and just merge them all together. Nice. Frankenstein Sardinian. So, is this going to solve the problem of Sardinian being an endangered language? To be honest, no, I don't think it will. To be honest, I think this is just making things worse, because creating a Frankenstein language, taking parts of every other dialect, is a bad idea. I think we can all agree with it, because the Esperanto experiment didn't go as well, did it? No, because in the EU we're still speaking our languages, not Esperanto. People don't even know what Esperanto is. At the end of the day, if they use those fundings to make Sardinian a compulsory component of the school curriculum, it would have been much better. I think what we should do is concentrating on our dialects. So south of Sardinia should concentrate on Campidanese, on Logudorese, Nuorese, Sassarese, whatever, but creating a Frankenstein language will not bring us anywhere. There are millions of ways that can help safeguard the Sardinian as a language. Take, for example, Welsh. Wales did a fantastic job of preserving their language. So why can't we do it in Sardinia as well? Take a bit more example from Wales, and that's it. I'm not going to address this argument now, but it's definitely something that I will consider doing a video about. There are loads of solutions, but we just need to open our eyes and take example from people who already did it. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbing about that because I'm getting angry, and it's really not good at this point, especially if I want viewers. This brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to subscribe, please do. If you want to like this video, please do. And if you want to comment, please do. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Azibiri! By the way, it was a mishmash of all the languages of the EU so that we could just have this communal language, which of course did not end well, because it's a terrible idea. Come on!